warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good evening to our classmates and our respected lecturer, Sir Muhammad Faiz. Today we are from the last group. We will present about case study on Microsoft Incorporation. Before we start, I will introduce our group members. Me, Asma binti Nordin, and second presenter will be Anissa binti Abdul Kudus, and the third presenter will be Iman Zulaika, and the last presenter will be Farah Nurul Balqis binti Mai. I proceed with the part of introduction. Microsoft is the world's largest software company that headquartered located in Redmond, Washington, that support invention, manufacturing and licensing of goods and services related to computing. And Microsoft was registered in New Mexico in 1976 by Allen and Gates. So basically, Allen and Gates is the founder of this Microsoft. And the name Microsoft been suggested by Allen that combination between the word microcomputer and software, and then turned to Microsoft. And then Microsoft developed a variety of software and hardware products and service for customers around the world. Microsoft has strategic alliance with Nokia and IIT Dominion Enterprise as their strategic partner in expand their company product and services. As we can see, at third quarter of fiscal 2013, the revenue of the Microsoft has been divided into the three types. The first one is business division, second one server and tools, and the third one is entertainment and device. Based on this third quarter of fiscal 2013, we can conclude that Microsoft has generated high revenue under entertainment and device by 56% increase, that increased to 2.53 billion. Next, we will proceed with the vision and mission of the Microsoft company. Basically, vision is about referring to what do we want to become, and vision is about what is our business. So as you can see, the vision for Microsoft company is, our vision is to create innovative technology that is accessible to everyone and that adapts to each person's needs. Meanwhile, for the vision is to enable people and business throughout the world to realize their full potential. Basically, from the vision and mission of the Microsoft, we can conclude that they are trying to provide by innovative way and by using the technology that create people can access to that product.
Three metrics in input stage, which the first is external factor evaluation, which is in short form is EFE metric. The second metric is internal factor evaluation, which is known as IFE metrics, and the last is CPM metric, which is the long name is competitive profile metrics. External factor evaluation can be defined as a tools that used to evaluate the external factor that consists of economic force, social, cultural, demographics, environmental force, political, legal, and governmental force, which contribute to the achievements of the organization performance. Basically, these strategic tools act as a tool that identify the current business conditions of the company, and also it associate with the drivers, which is driver that act as an intermediary, such as suppliers, stockholders, customers, governments, and more, to produce the opportunity and track to the organization to improve the organization growth and profitability. External factor evaluations have 5 stages, which the first is need to list all the key external factor, which I have explained before, that contain the opportunity and threat to the company. For the second step, after listing all the external factors, assign the weight for the each factors from 0.01, which is the very lowest, to 1, which is the very highest. Then for the third stage is similar to second stage, but need to assign the rating range for each factor, which 1 to 4, which is 1 indicate the major weakness and 4 indicate the major strength. And then for the last stage is to for the fourth stage is multiple the wave range with the rating range to indicate the wave score, which through that the company can know the level, the which of factors that more contribute to the threat and opportunities to the company. And for the last stage, the company needs to sum all the weighted score for each variable to conclude the total weight score. Opportunity consists of Google and Microsoft are teaming up with the existing phone company to create a better operating system, and also the company had collab with Nokia for the Nokia to migrate their phone to Windows 8, which is Windows 8 is and the company collab with Nokia, the phone company, to incorporate the Windows 8, which is owned by the Microsoft business, into the Nokia phone. And the opportunity that exists in the company is competition exists between Skype and Windows messengers, and also operating system is owned by Apple and Google, and then the pre-installed operating system that offered by the Hewlett-Packard and IBM and Oracle, and also for the second last is intense competition from Heavyweight Nintendo and Sony, and for the last track is great advertising program by Google. From the all opportunities and track, it shows a total weighted score which is for 1.53 to the factors that can enhance the effectiveness of the Microsoft from the external factor. Internal factor evaluation, which is IFE. IFE, known as a strategic formulation tool that can use to assess the major strengths and weaknesses of the company through its functional area. Thus, the purpose of this tool is to identify and evaluate the relationships among those functional area of business. And also, this tool requires the insight judgment, as it does not require the scientific technical approach to develop the metrics, as to develop the metric to make it clearly, certainly correct based on the result of the actual numbers. Essentially, IFE has the same concept with EFE metrics, where the both metrics applicable to evaluate the performance of the companies based on the approaches. And the stages applied in the IFE similar to the EFE that require 5 stages, which is need the wave range and the rating range to assign to the each factors, and then at the last stage need to total up the wave scores. And to produce the IFE metrics, categories in internal factor, which is that contribute to assess the IFE metric, which the first is physical resource, second is human resource, and the last one is organizational resource. Physical resource can be seen as a tangible resource, which can directly see by the daily business activities of the companies. It is consisting of the sophisticated plant and equipment, and also attractiveness of the location, technology, raw materials, and machines. It is an asset that can be observed and quantified. Besides, human resource includes the employees, trainings, experience, intelligence, knowledge, skills, and more else. It is an intangible resource, where it is considered as an asset that rooted deeply in the history of the organizations of the company for a collective period, and the competitor unable to analyze the techniques to imitate the strategic management that adopted by the company. And for the table for the IA matrix of the Microsoft, IFE matrix indicates that total waste score for the company is a 4.24, and the company able to control their internal factor that could affect the organizational performance through only has one weakness, which also indicate the low weighted score. The weakness exists, but it doesn't really cause much worries to the companies, as only Microsoft Surface tablet that only considered as expensive compared to the other product that produced by the Microsoft Corporation. The last matrix in the input stage is the competitive profile matrix, which is CPM. CPM is a strategic analysis to identify the company major competitors and strengths and weaknesses in relation to the company's strategic position. It helps the company to make the strategic decision makings and also identify the strengths and weaknesses for the both competitor and the company itself. And also these metrics provide initiative to the company to order the competitors against each other according to the critical success factor in all aspects, such as market, operating system, advertising, and more else. The component consists in the matrix, and the CPM matrix consists of wave rating, score, and total score. And also the factors that can be used in the CPM matrix known as the critical success factors, which differ between industries, and the harder the critical factors, the more important of the factors to determine the company's effectiveness. Based on the CPM matrix, it indicates that the Microsoft have a lower total score compared to the Google, and the higher compared to the Oracle. It shows that Google has the higher total score of CPM matrix to determine the company's strategic position and lead the way through creating it with a web-based version to compete with the Microsoft Office. However, this luck does not belong to the Microsoft, as the company unable to well utilize the opportunities, threats, strengths, and weaknesses exist to compete with the Google, and also the collaboration made by the Google and the Microsoft does not give a good impact, even as the Google still has the highest total score compared to the Microsoft.
We will proceed to matching stage. So the first stage is SWOT analysis. It is about a strategic plan model that guides a firm or organization to identify their achievement or improvement that should be made in order to improve their business. So SWOT represent strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of the organization. As shown in the slides, it is about the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of the Microsoft. So we can see that the strength of the Microsoft is the constantly updated Office 360, knowledgeable and qualified research and development expertise. So, the weakness of the company is expensive and non-luxury Microsoft Surface tablets, while the opportunities of the company is the opportunities of Microsoft is Google and Microsoft are teaming up with existing phone company for better operating system, and migration of Nokia to Microsoft Windows 8 that can help the Microsoft to move to the high technology of the smartphone. And the threats of the Microsoft are competition between Skype and Windows Messenger, advanced operating system owned by Apple and Google, pre-installed operating system offered by Hewlett-Packard, IBM and Oracle, intense competition from heavyweights Nintendo and Sony, and also great advertising program by Google. Moving on to the next matrix is a strategic position and action evaluation, which is space matrix. It is about a management strategy tool which focuses to competitive position of company at the formulation strategy. It consists of 4 areas, which are financial position, competitive position, stability position, and also industry position. Okay, moving on to the steps that need to be made to make space matrix is firstly select a set of variables to define the FP, CP, IP, and also SP. Then assign the numerical to each factors, which is the range from +1, which is from the worst to the best, to +7 for each FP and IP dimension, while the range for -1 from the best to the worst, which is -7, will be made to each SP and also CP dimension. Then the average score will be made on each dimensions, and the plot will be made for each average on the appropriate axis, which is x-axis is for CP and IP, while the y-axis is for SP and FP. In interpretation of the space matrix consists of 4, which are aggressive, conservative, defensive, and also competitive. Okay, as shown in the slide, it is about the space matrix of Microsoft Corporation. It shows that Microsoft Corporation lies in the aggressive quadrants, because it shows that Microsoft Corporation lies in the aggressive quadrants, which means that Microsoft is able to use their strengths to mitigate their weaknesses and avoid the threats that happens in the industry, and also use their strengths for taking the opportunities. And it is good for Microsoft Corporation, but we suggest that Microsoft Corporation to make precaution steps, because the negative seats in the score of negative seats that shown in the technological changes and competitive pressure can lead to the harmful of their financial position. Moving on to the next matrix, which is Boston Consulting Group, or BCG matrix. It's about the analysis of business units or product lines between 2 variables, which are market share and market growth rate. Market share position refers to a company that shows its ratio of divisions on market share, which is revenues in industry, as compared to the market share held by the largest competitor. While market growth rate can be determined by the increasing of the overall demand for the products that a company sells. BCG matrix consists of 4 categories, which are stars, question marks, cash cows, and also dogs, which is stars from the best to the worst, which is dogs. Okay, this shows that the Microsoft Corporation has the low growth and also high market share.
Okay, next I will proceed to internal external matrix, i.e. Okay, in IE metric position as organization various division in a nine cell displays. Okay, illustrated in figure 1.0 is also known as portfolio metric that similar as BCG metric. The both tool involve plotting a firm decision in schematic diagram. The IE metric is based on two key dimensions which are IFE and EFE. Okay, for there are three major regions under strategy of IFE. For the first one is region 1, which is cells 1 to 4, which is can describe as grow and build intense market penetration or integrate strategy can be most appropriate for this division. Okay, next number 2 is region 2. It can describe as hold and maintain strategy through market penetration and product development, commonly employed strategy for this type of region. Next is region 3, which is defensive strategy. It can be described as harvest and diverse. So this is what IE metric for Microsoft Incorporation looks like. Okay, as we can see, the black circle is representing division that are positioned in an IE metric based on their XY coordinate is fall in region 2, which cell 4 that consists of intensive strategy. It can be described that Microsoft was hold and maintain the market penetration and product development are two commonly employed strategy for this type of region. Next, I will proceed to grand strategic matrix. Strategic matrix, they have 4 quadrants, which is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. That is the graphic that has been shown as above. So next, for as we can see for Microsoft, market growth for business division revenue is 8%, server and tool revenue 11%, Windows division revenue 23%, online service segment 4%, and entertainment and device 56%, with total of CPM 0.49%. It's 0.9 only. Okay, market growth of entertainment of device is for market growth of entertainment and device 56% with complete of CPM 0.49 will be located in quadrant 2 because as we can see the percent may be exceed from the 5%, but they did not have strong competitive position which they are below than 2.75, then it can be considered as weak competitive structure. For market growth window division revenue also is a 23% with whole CPM 0.9 will be located in the same quadrant 2 and have weak competitive position. For market growth of several tools and revenue, this 11% with total CPM 0.9 located in quadrant 3. It's because the market boom is viewed slow but they still exceed 5%, but the total of CPM still below than 2.75. Same goes to the market growth of online segment. This fall under quadrant 4 due to fact the market increase is viewed slow as that's not longer exceed 5% and have weak competitive position. Okay, lastly, for decision stage is quantitative strategic planning metric, which is QSPM. QSPM includes stage 3 of the strategic formulation analytic framework. Its objective to indicate the alternative strategy are the best. The QSPM use input from stage 1, analyze and match result from the stage 2, analyze to select objective among alternative strategy. Okay, QSPM is an instrument to assess the alternative strategy objectively. Beyond previous identifiable internal and external key success factors, this because other strategy formulation analytic tools, the QSPM require assignment of rating, which called effectiveness score, but making small rating decision enable strategy to make effective large decision, such as which country to spend $1 billion in sell or product or service. Okay, we go through to the strategy alternative for Microsoft Corporation. As we can see, their SWOT analysis improve organization management and better operation management, which is we can conclude that factor of SWOT analysis, the strategic alternative that being considered by Microsoft are improved organizational management and has better operation management. After doing the metric, we decided to choose the second strategy as the stars higher, which is 1.46 than the other 0.98 that analysis indicate the business should be having better operational management. Okay, all the factors we have evaluated, both for internal and external, represent the possibility to grow further with the strength, the opportunity while the company have to deal with the weakness in their organization and the strength outside. Thank you.
As the conclusion and suggestion that we would like to recommend for Microsoft, we provide with the 3 suggestions. The first one is design of goods and services. The second one is about quality management, and the third one is location strategy. So, for the design of goods and services, it's about operation management deals with the strategies, the tactics needed to develop profitable product, and also operational productivity decision making process only now include computer hardware and software product along with Microsoft's cloud computing service. And this condition increase the significance of operation management in designing goods and services for the company that will create Microsoft can compete with their competitors like Google and Apple. So the second suggestion is about quality management, where about is focus on the satisfying of customer expectation about product quality in the strategic decision area. So operational objective through continuous improvement and innovation by having this quality management. And we can, for example, Microsoft can get a feedback system to collect users information from customer and integrate such information in the next iteration of computer software product. So it means that Microsoft do a survey with their customer to looking on what customer expect from the Microsoft. And the last one is location strategy, which is proximity and access to resources market and supply chains are considered in the strategic decision area of operation management. It means that Microsoft must use by using the internet and also the physical process. Like the company maintain business partners such as authorized seller that will be giving for the Microsoft operation management approach in this strategic decision are involved a combination of a virtual and physical location to reach market and maximize resources accessibility. So as the conclusion for our case study, we consist of 3 stages for the development for generating formula technique. That the first one, internal input stage, that we need to have a good judgment because we involved with the quantified subjectivity. And the second stages is matching stage, that this stage is the key to effective general feasible alternative strategies. And the last stage is decision stage, which is after we make the input and matching stage, we will create the best alternative strategies in decision stage. So that's all from us. Thank you.